Hey everyone, welcome to Keller Acres. Today I'm making some protein peanut butter cups. Chocolate and peanut butter, two of my favorite things. So I'm going to turn that into a little bit of a protein treat because I do have a sweet tooth. So I like to have those little protein treats here and there. For this recipe, you're going to need half a cup of peanut butter. I am using this peanut butter from Costco, but any peanut butter will do. I like this in particular because it has no sugar added. Love it. It's really good. Skippy Natural is a really good one too. Then I've got 2 servings of vanilla protein powder. I am using Clean Simple Eats Simply Vanilla, but you can sub in whatever brand you would like. You could also use an unflavored, or you could also use collagen protein if you'd like. Then I melted together already 2/3 a cup of chocolate chips with 2/3 a tablespoon of this avocado oil shortening. I like to use this when I'm melting things. It just helps it melt together better, makes it smoother, and it hardens up better. You could also use coconut oil. For the chocolate, I'm using Lilly's no sugar added dark chocolate chips, but you could also substitute with any other type of chocolate chips. I'm just trying to keep mine as low in sugar as possible. So all the ingredients that I've shown you thus far have no added sugars, which I love. I do have some maple syrup on the side just in case. I may or may not add this. Once we mix our protein powder into the peanut butter, I'm just gonna give it a little taste and check out the consistency because I am using more protein powder than the recipe calls for. So if we need a little extra moisture, I might add a little bit of this in, but we'll see. We'll see as we go. And then also, obviously, you need a mini muffin tin. I'm using little muffin liners. You don't have to, but I'm just using that because it'll be easier. Or if you have a mini silicone muffin pan, those are amazing. I love the silicone. Eventually I want to get more silicone stuff because everything just pops out of it. It's so nice. I'm not 100% sure how many this is going to make. It's going to make probably somewhere between 15 and 20, but we'll see because it just depends on how much chocolate and peanut butter, obviously, that I fill each with. So let's get started. Oh, and it only took 1 minute for me to get this chocolate melted. So I stir every 30 seconds when I'm melting chocolate in the microwave. So it melts very fast. You want to be careful, don't want to burn it. So we're just going to put some chocolate in the bottoms of our muffin tin. And then we want to kind of take this, I'm going to use the spatula for this. We want to take that chocolate up the sides. Well, maybe I want to use my spoon. Let's see what works better here. Actually, the spoon works better. Unless you have I do have a skinnier, I guess I should say, spatula, but that's of course in the dishwasher. I like to use that when I'm stirring up my sourdough starter. There we go. See if you can see that. Move that out of the way. Then, actually, we should have done this first. I skipped a step. We need to add our protein powder into our peanut butter. So let's get that mixed in and see what kind of consistency we've got going here. See if we need a little maple syrup. And if we do, no harm in adding a little bit of sweetness. I won't be adding a lot if I do add it, because again, like I said, with the ingredients I'm using, there is no added sugar in this at all. So a little bit of maple syrup definitely won't hurt. And you know what? Yep, I am gonna add a little bit. So I'm gonna measure this out as I go so you know exactly how much I end up using, and so I know for future reference, because I haven't made this exact recipe before. I'm gonna start with 1 tablespoon. It's all nice and stirred up. I also don't want it to be super creamy because you know how like a Reese's peanut butter cup is? They're kind of, that peanut butter isn't super creamy. It's kind of dry in a way, and it's just so good like that. So good. Smoosh it up a little bit more and then give it a taste. That's really good. I'm gonna add 1 more tablespoon, just because it is a little bit dry on my tongue, just so it doesn't stick. I guess I should say it's kind of sticking, which once we get it in this whole thing, it's not gonna be as sticky. So 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, if you want. All right, that seems perfect. Let's take another taste test. Much better. gonna do a few chocolate and then I'll start adding in the peanut butter. I'm not gonna do all of the chocolate at once because I also need some to cover the top. And again, I'm not entirely sure how many this is gonna make because the amount of chocolate I'm putting in might vary a little bit. But I would err on the side of less, get it spread up the sides of your little muffin liner because you can always just dab in a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add some peanut butter to these. What I'm gonna do is kind of take it and roll it into a ball and plop it in. I feel like that's just gonna be the easiest way to plop in that. And I'm plopping in a good amount of peanut butter. You can do less, but I love peanut butter. So I want a nice big, yummy peanut butter middle in mine. Kind of gonna press mine down a little bit, just like that. Then let's go ahead and cover these two with chocolate. Ooh, this is gonna be delicious. And these can be stored in the fridge or at room temp, or you can freeze them if you want them to last longer. I'll probably do a combination, maybe stick a few in the fridge, leave a few at room temp, see how I like them best, or maybe even a couple. Sometimes a frozen candy tastes good, and it's kind of what this is. All right, looking like I'm not gonna get quite as many as I thought. I must be using a little more of a generous amount of chocolate here, which is just fine. I could melt more chocolate, but I think I'm just gonna leave it at this. Got just enough, I think, to cover these last two. Okay, there we go. That made 11 for me. It may turn out different for you. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in the freezer to have them set a little bit faster so we could sample them faster. Okay, they are set and ready to try. Again, I stuck mine in the freezer just so they'd set up that much faster because I wanted to sample them faster. So let's pop one out and see. These are actually pretty good size for a peanut butter cup. Like I said, really a silicone little mini muffin tin would be ideal. I mean, this is all coming off. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe it'll come off easier when they're not frozen. Got it all off. I guess I was just expecting to peel it off, I don't know, faster than that. All right, let's see. And look, you can see all that peanut butter. You can tell there's definitely a good hunk of peanut butter in here, which is what I wanted. These are good. To me, this is perfect. This is the perfect amount of ratio of peanut butter to chocolate. And again, I used 2 servings, so 40 grams of peanut butter, 40 grams of protein from the protein powder. That doesn't count, there's a little bit in that peanut butter. I didn't measure out how much protein we got in the peanut butter, but divided among 11. That's really not bad for a peanut butter cup. I'll have to do the math on that real quick. Ooh, these are good though. Give these peanut butter cups a try. They are so good. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're enjoying our videos, please hit that subscribe button, give us a like, comment, let us know if you try these. I love to get the feedback. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Keller Acres.